Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to study chapter number 14, phrases and clauses. Now see this group of words with many gifts. These three words make any sense to you? No, they don't, because they form a phrase. So a phrase is a group of words which make sense but not complete sense. Now just see the example of the phrase. A phrase can be defined as a group of related words that does not have a subject and a predicate. A phrase normally does not make complete sense. It makes sense, but it does not make complete sense. Now you see this sentence, Santa Claus loaded me with many gifts. That makes complete sense, doesn't it? Can you identify the subject and the predicate in this sentence which makes complete sense to you? Santa Claus loaded me with many gifts. Subject is Santa Claus and predicate loaded me with many gifts. Now you see the kinds of sentences. A group of words that has a subject and a predicate and makes a complete sense is called a sentence. Look at the following sentences. John ate an apple, John ate an apple, and Joan ate a pomegranate. So Joanna ate a pomegranate because she was dieting. Now let us look at the first sentence, John ate an apple. Here in this sentence the subject is John and the predicate is ate an apple. So we can say that a sentence having only a subject and a predicate is called a simple sentence. So if we talk about simple sentence, you will see that in a simple sentence we will have only one subject and one predicate. Let us see the next one. John ate an apple and Joanna ate a pomegranate. The second sentence has two parts with their own subject and predicates. They are joined together with the conjunction and. Remove and notice that both parts make complete sense independently. Let us see. John ate an apple. This will be one part and this is a complete sentence. Joanna ate a pomegranate. It is also a complete sentence. Such parts of a sentence are called clauses. So here, John ate an apple. It is one clause, and Joanna ate a pomegranate. It is another clause. So if the clause in a sentence can stand on their own, such a sentence is called a compound sentence. So here we can see that both the sentences are, both the parts of the sentence are independent. Here we can see the first part, John ate an apple. It is an independent clause. Joanna ate a pomegranate is also an independent clause. So if we combine two independent clauses having a conjunction and, then that sentence will be called a compound sentence. Let us see the example of another compound sentence. The baby woke up and started crying. I rang him up, but he did not reply. Francis liked the watch, so he brought it. So in these three sentences we can see the baby woke up. This is one part. This will be one clause. Another clause will be started crying, and it has been joined with the conjunction and. So it will be a compound sentence. Now let's see next. Let us analyze the third sentence. Jonah ate a pomegranate because he was dieting. This sentence too has two clauses joined together with the conjunction because. Note that the second clause, because he was dieting, does not make complete sense independently. It only justifies why Jonah ate a pomegranate and is therefore dependent on the first clause. So, in quantity conjunction, we have seen that two independent clauses had been joined, and here in subordinate, if we use subordinate conjunctions, then we will join one independent and one dependent clause, and then that sentence will be a complex sentence. So you can see here the definition: a sentence in which a clause is dependent on another, it will be called a complex sentence. So in compound sentence, we join two clauses which are independent, and in complex sentence we join two clauses in which one clause will be independent and another clause will be dependent. Okay, so here we can see the definition of this: a sentence in which a clause is dependent on another is called a complex sentence. Let us see the example of a complex sentence. My father visited my school because the principal had called him. Let us see the next one. We will go for a walk if it does not rain. So let us see the second example. Here we will go for a walk. So here going for a walk is dependent on this condition. If it does not rain, if it will rain, we will not go for a walk. If it does not rain, then we will go for a walk. Then here we can see that one clause, we will go for a walk, is independent, and if it does not rain is dependent clause, and it has been joined with the subordinate conjunction if. Then this sentence will be a complex sentence. Now let us see this. A class provides additional information in a sentence. For example, dad likes a cup of hot coffee. So here you can use time factor. So we can see here, dad likes a cup of hot coffee when he comes home from work. So here we have we will have the time factor. Okay, now let us see in this sentence. Dad likes a cup of hot coffee. This will be main clause and it will be independent clause. When he comes home from work, this will be dependent, or we can say subordinate clause. And this type of sentence will be a complex sentence. In complex sentences, two clauses will be joined with each other. One will be main clause, or we can say independent clause, and another will be dependent, or we can say subordinate clause. Let us see this. When he comes home from work, this will be relative clause also. Dad likes a cup of hot coffee, this will be main clause. We can also write this sentence in a different way. Dad, comma, when he comes home from work, comma, likes a cup of hot coffee. So here the relative or subordinate clause is placed in the middle of the main clause. So here we can say the placement also. Thus we learn that a complex sentence can have one main clause and one or more subordinate or dependent or relative clause. So here we have studied that in a complex sentence one clause will be independent, that will be called main clause, and another clause will be dependent, and that clause we can say subordinate clause also. In compound sentence we will use two or more than two clauses, and those clauses will be dependent, will be independent, not dependent. Now just see classification of clauses. Clauses are of three types: noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. Let us study about noun clause. Here let us see, he is sure to win a prize. He is sure that he will win a prize. I expect to get a gold medal. I expect that I will get a gold medal. So you see in these two group of sentences, the group of words in the first sentence, sure to win a prize, and the group of words in the second sentence, to get a gold medal, do not have a subject and a predicate. Both are therefore phrases. So here we can see to win a prize and to get a gold medal. Here we can see that here there is no subject or predicate, no subject and no predicate. So we can see that these group of words, to win a prize and to get a gold medal, is a group of words which makes sense but doesn't make complete sense and doesn't have subject and predicate. So it will be called a phrase. The word groups he will win a prize and I will get a gold medal contain a subject and a predicate. Both are therefore will be clauses. Both are objects of the main verbs of their main clauses. As such, both work as nouns. So such clauses are called noun clauses. Let us see the more examples of noun clauses. I thought that it would rain heavily. So here I thought, this will be the main clause, and that it would rain heavily, it will be a noun clause. Let us see next one. Patricia told me, so it will be main clause, and that she would bring me a watch the next day, it will be a noun clause because it works as a noun, but it is having so many words and it has subject and predicate also, so it will be a clause. But in this sentence it does the work of a noun, so it will be a noun clause. So that it would rain heavily will be the noun clause in this sentence. I thought that it would rain heavily. Remember, the word that conjunction or linking words helps in identify the noun clause by asking a what question. So if we ask a question what, whatever the answer we will get, if we will get the answer in a group, and that if that group has a subject and predicate, then that group will be called a noun clause. So dear students, you can ask the question what. Let us see. He is confident that his team would win the match. He is confident. For what he is confident? So he is confident. So our answer will be that his team would win the match. So that his team would win the match will be the noun clause, because it is the answer of the question what. Let us see more examples. What Graham said shocked his parents. Rita's friends didn't know that she would play guitar. So here Rita's friend didn't know what is not known to Rita's friends. The answer is that she could play guitar. So that she could play guitar will be the noun clause, because it is the answer of the question what. So here we can see some examples of conjunction that has been dropped. So in that case, you should be able to identify the noun clause by asking a what question. I expect what? I will get good marks. The answer will be I will get good marks. So I expect what? The answer will be I will get good marks. So I will get good marks will be the noun clause. Here you can ask what do I expect? The answer will be that I will get good marks. So that I will get good marks will be the noun clause. So dear students, this will be the exercise for you. Okay, do at home. Identify noun clauses in the following complex sentences. So you can ask the question what, and then you will be able to get your answer. Okay students, so today we have studied phrases and clauses. Thank you.